Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here on the 22nd of October. Woohoo! Okay, it's fall. It's fall. It's crisp every day now here. We are, I think, done with the super warm morning, so we take about a 50-minute walk, Greg and I, in the morning, and you got to bundle up just a little bit now, which isn't bad. It's actually kind of nice. If it would stay like this the entire winter, I would be totally fine with that. So anyways, we have got the quilt-alongs for Parfait and Jolly Bar. I want to show you a couple of things that I actually completed, got done, that were in progress for a while. Also a question and a discount. So first, let me just tell you the discount. Thank you everybody for entering for the cookies. At the time of this filming, the entries weren't done, so I will list on that page who received the cookies after they've all written me back, all 3 people. But I want to tell you that Sandy, the owner of the Leckerli cookies, is giving us an exclusive 15% off coupon until October 31st, or through October 31st, so through Halloween. So if you want to order a tin or 2 or 3, you can get a discount on it. So that is super, super generous of her. I'm just delighted that she offers that to us. So nice, so nice, so nice. And it is, I didn't write it down on my list, but it is in the description box here, and it is on the pinned comment. So the first comment that you see, I pin it up there, and it's got all this information as well. So if you are not used to looking at those things, take the time today to do that so that you can see it. And a reminder that I am trying to write once a week over at Substack after after this video. So for those of you who didn't see the video on Wednesday or Thursday, maybe it'll be a reminder to be sure you go and see it, because I have had quite a few of you leave me comments over there saying that, you know, life has adjusted or changed your schedule and somehow I fell off of your rotation, and so now that you're back getting those notices, you really appreciate them. So I'm trying, I am trying. So, and also I have a topic of the day, which I'll do at the end. So, okay, the Parfait, which is so cheerful, so cheerful with my tiny secrets. This is week 3. So we're on row 3 of the blocks, and that is, you know, they're not going to look entirely, you know, they're not going to look incredibly different every week. This is what you get, right, when you do repeat blocks. They make a fabulous quilt when they're done, but for weekly shares, they do tend to look a little bit the same. Last week I had sewn block week 1 and 2 together, both rows together. So next week I will have this row on, and I will have the 4th row on. So I'll have all 4 rows sewn together for next week's share. So that'll be fun. And then I believe it's got a little white border around it. I'm pretty sure that Wendy does that most of the time. That's Wendy Shepherd's pattern that we're sewing with. She's my buddy and does all this creative stuff. My hair needs trimmed badly. Need to do that. I need to call. Yeah, I know. It's bothering me. Okay, the other thing, you know, is our other one is the Jolly Bar. Jolly Bar book. What are we, 5? I should know this, right? I should know it's book 5. Yeah, volume 5. And this is what we're doing the sampler from. So I've got, you can see up. So I've got the block for this week. They're not releasing the book. The blocks are all in here, and you know what all the blocks are. But they're doing a sort of a worksheet that tells you how many of each size, so that you don't have to calculate it if you don't want to for one block. Or sometimes there might be 2 blocks, but they're generally 1 block. But we're on page 62, the somersault block. So the somersault quilt, and it is so cute. I love that it has, let me put it up here. So I love that it has these 4 corners. Now, because I'm using the Jolly Bar, and you have to, you know, there's only so much. There are 5 by 10 pieces, and so you're getting quite a scrappy look from the collection that you use. Or you could just use your scraps. You wouldn't have to use a collection. But what I liked here is the color blocking. So we're doing aqua, a red, a yellow, and a green section. And so the color blocking makes a very unique look to this block. If you did not color block, let's say you made all 4 corners green, and then you made the pinwheel in the middle peach or red, it would totally change the look of this block. It would look so different. But because we're using a pre-cut, you really can't get that much fabric to do that plus a lot of other things. Now for the quilt, they put the blocks side by side, but with a little bit of sashing. So you get a little bit of sashing on it. And I think that what happens is those 4 corners, see these 4 corners here, make an alternate design to that layout. It does have that little bit of sashing. Now, if you were to change the color of that sashing, you probably get something a little bit different feel. So all of that is just really, really fun. Let me put it up on the wall and I'll then show you with the other camera where its placement is. The placement is right here. Now, because I got the advanced stuff, I got the sashings, which you don't have yet. That comes at the end from the Fat Quarter Shop, but I do have it, and so I have put the sashing in there so I can move this forward. I don't really have the time, you know, to do it later, so it's helpful for me this time to do it as we go along. So that's where that goes. But you can see, just looking at this, how the scrappiness of using a collection and using just the 5x10 pieces makes you have this sort of sprinkling of colors. You know, got the dark sprinkled around. Looks so good. Next, I'd like to remind you to pick up your Silver Lake. It's the pattern that we're doing for a fundraiser for the Virginia Quilt Museum. We'll be starting this in January. And look how fun and easy it is. I will be doing it with the Blue Mill fabric from Benartex, which is supporting the Virginia Quilt Museum. All of the royalties that I normally get, they all go to the museum. So when you buy, the shop buys, that goes to the museum, those royalties. So get your copy. Okay, I got a little bit of mail. Gina sent me a postcard. She was out and about. How sweet is that? Thank you, Gina. She's always remembering me. And Phyllis in Pennsylvania, she sent me a card. Look at this. It just cracked me up so much. Greg knows better than to ask me to fix his pants. Yeah. He'd be like this. He would be like this, Phyllis. And she was out and about and spotted this. Oh my gosh. I have been giggling since I opened the box, smiling ear to ear. This is just so stinking cute. Look underneath. Look, the stripes, just like a mushroom. Ah, so cute. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. All of you who think of me when you're out and about and see things, just warms my heart. I just can't tell you. Thank you so much. Okay, let us look at some of my finishes. Oh, finish. I decided I didn't want the shamrocks up on the design board anymore. So this is the one that needed finished. I did just a little straight line quilting. You can see it on there. That's it. And then I don't know why I picked this. These small pieces, this really directional fabric is a little bit challenging, and so I didn't want to do it for the binding as well, which on this one I did the binding the same. I didn't want this border the same as that one though. So anyways, and then I don't know if I had any more of that. I couldn't find it, so I just went with this fabric, which is from one of my lines. So that's what I did the binding with, and I think that turned out fine. So I've got these two. So I guess I don't think I have a third one. I think I need a third shamrock style. So if you see a cross stitch out there, put it in the fireside chat over at Facebook, or over at the if you leave me a comment on the Substack. I will look at any other small, I think small, because you know that's how I'm rolling right now. I need it small, like a small little shamrock thing to go along with this. Okay, and the other one I finished, let me stand up. So I got this free house done, and I have a link. It's in the description box and the pinned post over to over to the free pattern, the free house pattern, and the fabric line, which is by Teresa Kogert. It is so cute. Look at the little veggies. Look at them. Look at all the veggies there in the border. Whoops, I'm cutting them out. Look, 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 look. So cute. So this one will hang. I'll put it in the kitchen where I can see it, and then I will change it out when it gets to be, after Halloween. I'll put it up to Halloween, and then after Halloween I have a pumpkin one. I'll put that back up. It's up there right now because when I put all the things out, but I didn't show you that one. I don't think it's orange with white pumpkins that we did maybe last year. I'm thinking that was last year. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so what do I have here? So what I want to ask you is, are you interested in having some sort of a PDF to print for a list of projects? So right now what I have is on the website, right underneath the main things that, the main navigation things, there is a list. Let me pop a picture up. So I just have this listed. But I know several of you have written about the calendar. Because I'm just doing once a week, I don't really have the same feel that I did before. But I'm willing to put just a list of projects on a PDF if you prefer to print it out. So I know some of you keep things in notebooks, maybe keep your stuff together that you'd like a printout. But if you're one of those people, leave me a comment here at YouTube and tell me if you would like a printout of future projects. Now I am trying to be realistic, although it is really chaos through December will be really nice. December we'll just do something. I'm going to do a bit of a throwback, I think, pull something from my archives and sew it, something very small, beginning of December. And then we have a bunch of stuff, through till spring. And then spring it lightens up. And that just has been the history of what I do. That's not sustainable over the future, but for this coming year, that'll have to be what I continue with, because I just don't, there are things I've already committed to. So, or really, really want to do, like Make-A-Wish. I could drop Make-A-Wish. I could drop it. But I just don't feel like I want to do that. I would rather just, we'll just have busy Wednesdays. And that's the way it is. I can't commit to a whole lot more because I just don't know what things will be like, and I just don't, that's just the way it is. So okay, so that is a question for all of you. Now, the other thing is, like I said last, two videos ago, I really miss having a themed day to talk about where we can share quilts around the theme. And so I have some for today. I'm going to try to incorporate that back like every Wednesday, which means Wednesdays unfortunately are kind of busy because they have the projects we're doing, and plus I would have a themed thing. But I really enjoy the themes, and for many of you, you're not doing the projects, and so that gives you something to share. So there's two things. It is colorful, it's national or international rather, colorful day. And so if you have a super colorful quilt, that would be something to share. So if you have a quilt that's really bright, vibrant, get the picture of it, share a picture of it over at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. I think Substack has the ability for you to share a picture with your comment, but I have to test that out. So if you want to test it out, go ahead over to the Substack and try that. Okay, the other thing is that this day is also for typing nerds like me. It is Caps Lock Day. But I want to show you something. There is always text print, but not always typewriters. And right now there's some typewriter patterns and this typewriter fabric that has been re-released. And I want to show you, and it's so cute, I'm going to have to order that. And I want to show you what I bought years ago. Melody Miller has done her typewriter on fabric for quite a few years. And this was sort of, I think, the early iteration of it. and it is on a sort of heavier linen, like duck, almost closer to a soft duck cloth fabric. So cool. There's also like a panel somewhere where it's got a collage, and I think there's a typewriter on the collage as well that I want to someday make into a bag or a pillow or something like that. But this is this one, and so I just got a real kick out of seeing those patterns because I had not seen the patterns before. So I will link you to all those things because, you know, we want to share the fun, have everybody have fun. And if you are a typewriter nerd, did you learn to type on a black typewriter, manual typewriter? Did you go to college with an electric typewriter? I did. It was orange, burnt orange. Thank you very much. And courtesy of my parents sent me with an electric typewriter to college, which was much nicer than the manual typewriter. But I love to type. So, okay, my friends, we have the Jolly Bar and, well, the parfait that's over there. And show me your colorful quilts, show me your typewriter things. I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. Oh, don't forget, if you want Leckerli cookies, you got 15% off until the end of the month. I'll see you online.